It's Rustles, keeping it real since back in the day last week when this started.
I'm Matt. This is episode 1.
I am Joseph. This is still episode 1. Thanks for listening, no one.
Alright. So, So we're self-publishing this thing.
Yeah. Good. We're here now.
Yeah, well,
how do you feel about self-publication, unironically?
I think, it's hard. I think it's hard. Getting viewership would be hard to self-publicize.
Getting viewership is, but anyone can self-publish, as this whole thing demonstrates.
Well, yeah. But then again, just keep, like how we kicked it off at the start, we're just keeping it real. Yeah. So I guess that's how you attract the audience. Just,
this is real.
As long as your content's good, hopefully our content's good, we can keep it real, attract an audience, maybe.
You see, I find that on the internet, the more stupid and offensive you are, the more viewership you get. Unfortunately, given the context of what we're doing, I guess no one's ever going to find out about this because it's not supposed to be offensive, though no one said it couldn't be stupid.
Yeah. But being offensive is probably not the best. It's probably good that we're trying to stay away from offensive things. Trying, yeah. Because, when you get older, if you're still doing it, it's like, okay, well, you're racist as shit on the internet, and we don't know if we want to hire you anymore, because you'll bring a bad face to whatever it is we're hiring you for.
Well, the thing about the internet is that whenever you put something out there, there's a whole thing of it's there forever, even if you delete it, and I guess that's true. I don't know, I'm not into self-publication with the exception of this, pretty much.
What, like the social media?
Yeah, I don't touch that. I don't have videos on YouTube, though I kind of want to, but it's too much of a hassle.
I would do videos on YouTube. I think that'd be cool. I don't know what I'd make it on, though. But we're film kids.
Yeah.
So we can always figure something out with film.
High school film class.
That's, oh my gosh, that class.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's my general take on self-publication. And this takes something that was supposed to be about 30 minutes and summarizes it in about 2. But between all of the idiots blathering on YouTube and erotic fan fictions, you can find some real gems.
Art.
It only takes digging.
So you're saying most self-publicized things are all about sex?
Well, that's sort of the culture we live in. I mean, we just watched a movie in our film class that had not 1, but 2 sex scenes in it, largely arbitrarily.
I don't know what that word means, but...
Not for any reason.
Yeah, intelligence.
Not for any reason.
Oh, gosh. I think that was the funniest thing. We watched Looper, and that one sex scene where the mom of the kid presses the frog
to get his attention, and then he's like, what's wrong? And then she's like, hey, let's have sex right now in my house.
And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt's just like, he runs in, he's like, something's wrong, and then she's like, yeah, we ain't banging.
That was not the dialogue exchange.
No, it was. You just didn't hear it. You weren't paying attention because you were too pissed.
Yeah, it was. If you heard me sigh heavily.
You were just like, every single fucking movie.
It is though. Like there was some movie I watched the other day, a few months ago, and it had plenty of arbitrary sex scenes in it. And
what movie was this?
I don't even remember. It was some B-rate thing no one's ever heard of. But
I only watch XXX movies. I mean AAA movies.
Yeah.
High school.
Represent. This is gonna
I think
make...
that's so dumb. How that's what everyone depicts and thinks of high school culture as. Because I don't want to be in the same boat as the people who are just like, yeah, I'm only here in high school so I can get banging, so I can get ready for college.
No, it's mostly those people in high school that say something along the lines of, I'm here because I have to be, and as soon as I turn 18, I'm going away. And then you get those people that are still in high school until they're 21 because they don't care about anything. Yeah. And then you get those rich kids that get their college paid for and then drop out and then they turn into drug addicts. Usually.
That's too stereotypical.
Is it? It's not. It's not a specific group. You know who you are, and you know how you should be, and you know how you are.
Like that. I think that high school culture is really dumb. I think that college culture is really dumb too, because like a lot people. It's because we're Americans. Everyone thinks like. Oh gosh, this is getting really cool. Let's talk about
a wise video game called Saints Row 2 once said...
Saints Row! The Saints Row series.
Yes, but there was a thing in the second one where it was on the radio, and there was this lady, and she was talking about the end game like college, and she pretty much summarized it as, it's like high school, but I get to smoke. And that's pretty much, like, that's college, probably.
Oh my gosh. Like, because I'm not one of those, I just want to bang out all the time, people. I think that's dumb.
I have moral code. And this is the part where we turn into a Disney show because we're teenagers on the internet talking about not having sex or doing drugs.
Yeah, we're not just being like porn on the internet right now and just being like,
quick, let's get a little child star and then sing about keeping it clean. Because we're Disney now.
Oh gosh, okay. I thought you said child star.
No,
we were just talking about porn. No. We were just like, let's get a child star. You tricked me.
No, that's okay.
Actually, no, I just wanted to be tricked. Gotcha.
Anyway. Self-publication could be taken as either good or bad.
We just go like, I think not banging out all the time is kind of good.
I'm trying to change the subject. I'm trying really hard to change the subject.
We talked about this other subject, really.
I know. I'm trying to get back to it. Because sort of came here.
Alright. Let's say what you have to say about self-publication, Joey.
I don't know. I only follow like 4 or 5 people's YouTube channels because these are the only 4 or 5 that I feel aren't immature and unprofessional. And, well, I mean, these are video game oriented channels because a lot of people that do video game stuff on YouTube and get popular, they're popular because they're immature and obnoxious, and that appeals to people, and then that gives gamers a bad rep.
Yeah. And then what was it? I think it was Rev3. I think it was, Adam Sessler was talking on one of his shows, and he was like, we need to get rid of the term let's play because it sounds childish and immature. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
It does. I think it's just sort of a term. I think that originated from the colloquial use of, like, hey, let's play this video game, like you and another person in the room, and so...
Where else would it come from?
Well, no, I mean, it came from that, and then people just started putting it on the front of their videos, and then it somehow just became this huge...
Became a huge thing of just a bunch of, like, 8-year-olds playing Minecraft, being like, this is my fucking Minecraft, let's play.
This is my castle, it's made out of sand, and I have a horse. Like, I don't know, Minecraft is in itself something that could be good, but...
Minecraft is good. What are you talking about? I love Minecraft.
Well, I don't know, I see the rationale behind liking it, and I understand that's a good creativity sink, but I don't know, I played it once, and...
That's because you played the Xbox version. The Xbox version sucks.
Yeah, and then they just came out with the PS3 version, which I would have rather gotten. But regardless, the whole thing that I'm making a big deal out of is like that I see the appeal, I just don't necessarily enjoy it because I was playing it and I built myself a castle and I looked at it and then it's like, I'm satisfied, I've covered this entire area in snow and made it depressing and I like it and I'm satisfied. Also, it's on Xbox, and I refused to buy their gold subscription, so I couldn't play any of the multiplayer. And no one I know has it on Xbox, so I could see enjoying it with friends as well.
Yeah, just don't get sexboxed. Don't get Microsoft, folks.
Well, they have a new Xbone, which it bothers them because they want it to be called The One. I think something of prophecy.
I think that's so dumb. I don't know why you would take it from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One.
And everybody before they came out with it was calling the original Xbox the Xbox One, and that makes sense because it's the first one.
Yeah. Like, Microsoft... people who want to make money are dumb. Just like...
Well, it's the world.
Who want to make mass amounts of money. I take that back, because I want to make money.
And then there are some groups that have strange ways of going about it. And here's something I vaguely wanted to talk about, which is the whole Grand Theft Auto thing, which I play on the PlayStation 3, and you don't play, but that's okay.
Yep.
But the whole deal with their whole money issue and people hacking, and how that originated from... Well, first there were the people that were just like, I want to get $1 trillion and not do any work in the game, and those are those people that will do that and let them whatever. But then
it's kind of impressive though, because they have to like hack the whatevers and give themselves money, and that actually
no, it's really, according to the internet, it's really, really easy. I didn't look up how to do it, but I know someone that did.
Oh.
And he almost did, but then he decided not to.
Hey.
At the last second. But anyway, like, it's this whole problem of in the game, there's very little reward for action, and that you don't get a lot of money every time you do something in the game, and it's patronizingly slow, solely for the purpose that you would buy their in-game currency that you have to download for real money, and that is messed up, and I take issue with it because...
Microtransactions, that's what that's called.
Yeah, because when they came out with GTA Online, they were saying stuff like, yeah, we'll have free DLC updates and you won't have to bother paying for them, and everybody thought that was really cool of them to have their DLC come out for free. But then the way they have it set up is that you can't really be successful unless you pay to win, which is bothering me. And then recently they came up with... They did the Great Hacker Hunts and took away all of the hacked money.
The witch hunts.
And found anybody that had hacked and banned them permanently.
Oh gosh, speaking of that, what was it? At school, I heard these kids, these freshmen, they were just like, yo, did you hear about that thing that those guys are doing? Like, what guys? Like, you know, the guys that made GTA 5, like, they're taking away all the hacked money, like, anyone with a ton of money, they're just taking it all away. And I'm like, these kids are talking about this candidly. They're, I can't tell if they're really if this is so important to them that this is the one thing they speak about, or if they're being intelligent with intelligent discussion. But they're freshmen, so it's probably the former.
Stereotyping.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, it bothers me that they're doing that only because they've set up the game in a way that you have to do it their way, and I get that it's their game and they're entitled to do whatever they want with it, but it's not good for the consumer. And what else is it?
Like, it just hurts like poor people, like or reasonable. No, not poor people. Reasonable people who are reasonable with their money. Because it's like, why would I pay like $50 for like $1,000 in-game dollars?
It's ridiculous because like in the game, the biggest amount of money you can get is like $3.5 million, which in that game is like a lot if you don't plan on buying nice things. If you plan on buying nice things, it's nothing, and it costs 50 real life dollars, which is ridiculous. And I take issue with it, and that these people sort of, I don't know, I find it offensive that they feel the need to take this stuff away from the people and then kick them from the game permanently because they feel like they've done...
Because they're not making more money.
And the weird thing is, and it bothers me also because GTA had the most sales of any video game in years.
Yeah. Like, the sad thing, though, is that it's not just that they're doing it, it's that people are also buying into it. Because, like, if nobody bought the money, they'd just be like, whatever. But since, like, the people who can buy, like, a game for $60 and like play it on their console, like they probably have disposable income anyway, so they're just like, alright, whatever, I'll just start pouring money into this game, and then they'll look back like a year later when they stop playing the game and they'll be like, wow, I dropped like over $200.
That's also the reason I don't go for free to play games, because usually they are pay to win. I played, what was it, oh god, what was that game that's free to play and it's like you can be a cop or a criminal and it's like a sandbox and it's some Amorpiger thing on the PC.
I think I know what you're talking about.
APB.
Yeah. All Points Bulletin.
Yeah, when I first got...
The new one? Reloaded, I think?
Yeah, Reloaded. Well, when I first got my laptop, I got that game because I was like, hey, this is free, and I like sandbox things. And then I got it.
I heard that game was horribly unbalanced.
8 times by a random person because I had nothing and could do nothing, and then I just quit the game because it had no appeal, and it was set up in a way that it's pay to win, and I think that's wrong and stupid.
Yeah, like, that's... What was it? Yeah. But... my one exception to a free-to-play game that is amazing, that is not free, that is not pay to win, League of Legends, the best game, and it's, what's great about it is that if you actually get into it, you play it a lot, and so the in-game reward, it's like small for every game you play, but then eventually if you get into it, you play enough for that, like, that small amount is actually, like, it adds up very quickly, so that's nice. But you could easily just pay like $20 and get a bunch of like content because they have like Steam. They have sales constantly for their in-game content that you can buy. And since no two characters are more powerful than the other, usually, then all content is balanced and it's not pay to win. So that's what I like. And also, League is the best game. Everyone should play League because. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Humbly disagreeing, but whatever.
Well, it's not everyone should play League. It's like how when parents make their kids play sports. When I grow up, I'm legit gonna make my kids.
No, don't be that.
I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys, my sons/daughters, you should play this video game called League. Because it's a culture switch.
I saw there's some TV series about like parents like that live vicariously through their kids and make them
I'm not going to
successful.
live through my kids. I'm just going to be like, hey, you should try this out because I think this is a significant change in culture from sports to esports.
Well, you can encourage them to try it, but there was one guy that I saw in the commercial. He's like talking about his daughter playing like golf, and he's like, I don't care if she's happy. I care if she's successful. It's like that's not. That's
what's it called? That's toddlers and tiaras.
No, yeah,
because she's just like, I'm eating my oil spaghetti, and then she's just like, my daughter. Wait, no, I was doing the daughter's voice. The daughter's just like, I'm fucking princess because my mom gives me shitty spaghetti and I win all the pageants. Because I'm gonna grow up and be
impulsive, superficial society.
That's not impulsive though. That mom is just straight up like, you're gonna try to win these pageants.
You're going to win me.
Feel beautiful.
Make mommy smile.
Make mommy smile, baby girl.
Oh my god.
That's what it is though. Like that mom is insane. She's
which one? There's probably like 50. I don't watch the show because I think it's disgusting.
I don't watch the show either. But everyone knows. What was it? I don't know her name now. Never mind. Maybe
that one that exploded.
What? Her blood vessels burning. Did she have a heart attack? No. Her mom overfed her?
No, her mom is food.
She doesn't
physically manifested into a human being.
That could be a lot of sex jokes.
Her neck is the size of...
She has a neck? I thought her chest is...
Sorry, it's eclipsed by her chest and her chin.
I thought you were going to say it's eclipsed by her chest hair. I was like, that's horrible.
Oh my god.
You never know. She could have some...
Spiderman save the day.
Spiderman can grab her chest. That's how they made the movies. They stapled her to the wall, put the green screen there, and they just had the actor just hold on her chest hair.
That's for the Vine scenes that I don't know if they're in the movie because I don't see those things.
Oh, what, the ones where he swings around? They just like braid her chest. So like, it's
disgusting. Let's stop.
Oh my god. Okay, so what were you saying before that?
I don't care anymore. Something about video games or consumerism or living vicariously through your kids. Or,
That was a long word. What does that even mean?
That wasn't a word. That was a multitude of words.
Oh.
Do you mean vicariously?
I'm really representing attempted intelligence in high schoolers pretty well.
The word's really long.
What does that mean?
How many syllables? More than 2? I can't take it. Stop speaking.
I don't think I've said a word with more than 2 syllables in a long time.
Quick, say one right now.
Oh God, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Philosophy. That's got 4. Philosophy. Yep. Yeah, that's got 4.
You did it.
Oh gosh.
Oh, the patronizing show.
Oh my gosh. I don't think that's actually true. I don't think I have used a word with more than 2 syllables in a legitimate conversation with someone in a long time. Oh my gosh.
Yep. No. I don't know. All the steam's lost.
After Honey Boo Boo's mom's death.
Go back there.
Okay, that's dangerous territory.
That's uncharted territory. Uncharted.
I love that game. Great game. I might use that in my
essay. Then you have to write
my essay about video games that I'm writing for school.
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I played the Uncharted games and thought I don't know. Everybody says Uncharted 1's Uncharted 2 is amazing, and then Uncharted 3's again.
What? I thought Uncharted 3 was pretty good. I don't know. Well, again, I haven't played Uncharted 2.
That's what I've heard from critical.
Oh, I see.
Journalists.
I haven't played Uncharted 2 yet. Uncharted 1 was alright. I liked the story. No. I take it back. I didn't like the story more. Yeah, when I got to the end, I was like, this is a little ridiculous.
I just sort of took issue.
And also, the Mexican guy at the end was just like, I'm the real bad guy. And then he killed the British white man. And then, because he was the only white antagonist.
Spoiler alert, kids. If you're halfway through that game and listening, all 0 of you.
If you haven't played through this game from 2009 yet, then maybe you should.
I don't know. I pick up old games sometime.
Yeah, but you pick up, what was it? You picked up Def Jam Icon because you can fight as Snoop Dogg. So
no, you can't even in that game.
You can fight as Biggie.
No.
Oh, never mind.
He died.
Well, then it wasn't worth it. A game that wasn't worth it.
You can play as members of the Wu-Tang Clan, namely Ghostface Killah.
Does he kill people with his ghost face? Is that one of his special moves?
They don't have special moves in that game. They did in the old one.
They just have punch and kick.
Yeah, that's it. They have punch and kick, and then you can play a little imaginary turntable in the air, and then stuff catches on fire. Because that's how the rap game is, apparently.
Oh my gosh. What other old games have you bought? You have Fear 2 over here.
Fear 2's the Fear series I like because I like bullet time. I don't know.
People buy scary games for the fear factor.
It's not a scary game unless you're just easily terrified by everything. I haven't played a game that scared me ever.
Play Amnesia. I played that. I played past the intro sequence where they literally tell you there are no enemies here, so just be aware of that, so you can be not stressed out. And I played through that, and I was like, fucking done. This game's too freaking scary for me.
I don't know. I think the only time a game unsettled me was I played the awful HD remake of Silent Hill 2, and what it was, yeah, that one where the fog's so thick you can't see an inch in front of your face and it impedes your ability to solve puzzles. Very, very basic ones at that. But I was sitting in my room and it was midnight later and it's silent in my house, and then at my old house there would be there was a bush outside my window and it would scrape on the grate and make a noise and terrify me because the game subconsciously made me feel unsettled.
Yeah, that's why I don't play scary games, because I'm a freaking bitch and I don't like that. I don't like being scared. I like to sleep at night.
I want to play a scary game that's I enjoy horror games even though they usually aren't scary. I don't know, people say Condemned 2 starts out scary until it gets into the stupid stuff later on. But
Condemned, I hear, is that Criminal Origins?
That's the first one. I have the second one, which involves black tar monsters and eventually superpowers.
Oh well, that's dumb.
Because
it can't be scary if superpowers. No, that's a lie. You can be scary and have superpowers.
Nothing's more terrifying than when you have a sonic boom shout.
I heard that Condemned Criminal Origins was really scary, and I watched a Let's Play, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore because I want to sleep.
Yeah, I want to get it on my PC because I don't touch the Xbox. It's a dark, uncharted realm of consumerism.
The sex box?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I haven't played a console game in so long. The last one I played was Skyrim, because I was like, I could play through The Last of Us, but I have Skyrim, and I'm playing Skyrim again.
I think I played that game to the point that I was satisfied with what I had done, which is like a lot of the game, because I sink all of my free time into video game related things because I am a nerd and that is what I do. But I played it to the point of I'm satisfied with what I've done. I don't need to go talk to every hermit. I'm going away.
See, that's what really screws you in that game. It's like if you need to walk to a new town you haven't been to before, there's a hunter on the side of the road, and he's just like, "Hey, you can have a mission if you talk to me." And it's like, dang it! The quest log is freaking huge. My quest log is enormous right now. I don't know which ones to do because half of them are like the optional, like miscellaneous quests, and I'm just like, this list is too big for me to try to find the marker.
Just do whichever one sounds the most interesting, or look up the rewards on the internet and go for the best ones there.
Well, the internet's a dark, terrible place too.
Well, it's honest sometimes.
If you look at this podcast, that's not a good indicator of honesty.
I try to be honest.
Well, you know, we talked about... Actually, yeah. I think
everything you said, with the exception of the stupid chest hair thing, we're not going to talk about anymore.
The what?
Woo! Chest hair! Oh! we're going to avoid these realms.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of realms...
Where is this going?
I don't. Oh gosh.
Usually things with realms in them are like peak of nerdy thing to be doing.
Yeah, like I could have started talking about how I got into a Memorphica recently.
Did you?
Kind of. I would get into it more, but none of my friends play it, and that's like the only reason I would ever play Memorphica is if friends played it, because then it'd be kind of actually fun.
See, that's sort of my big gripe with online gaming, is that it's fun if you have friends, but everybody on my online friends list is always either playing Call of Duty, Battlefield, or nothing else, because that's all they ever do. And so the only good times I get are playing GTA Online with the few people that have that.
Yeah, like playing online would be fine, but I'm just not good at like interacting with people I don't know if there's no need to communicate with them.
Also, because there's no repercussions for your actions usually in online gaming.
Yeah, they're always just like, look, Huckaballs, I fucked your mom last night.
Oh my god, loser. People are entitled to violence and insults and terrible things, and there's nothing you can do to stop them, and this is why I don't play online games with people I don't know usually.
Yeah, like, because, like, it's kind of weird. Like, my little brother, he plays the same online MMORPG, and I look over and he's just got like a party of 8 people. I'm like, how the heck did you do that? And he's just like, I just invited them. I'm just like, how do you do that? I don't know how to do that. Like, because I feel awkward.
The only game I know you can do that is there's Red Dead Redemption that has a weird system where you can be in a posse with somebody for the duration of your game session, and you'll just show up and somebody will be like, quick, join my thing for the next 10 minutes.
And if they don't shoot you, maybe they'll be your friend.
And then you do join, and they're just like, hey, guess what? Bang! And then you get shot in the head, and it's like, thanks for nothing. I'm going away now.
That's how posses work. Have you never rolled in a posse?
Yeah, every time I'm just hanging out with my friends, just like, hey man, what'd you do this weekend? Bang! I shot you!
And everyone else is just like, yeah!
Don't pull out their guns.
Oh my gosh. I want a gun. Guns would...
I don't trust myself with these things. In part that I'm clumsy, and in part that I'm an emotional person, and I'm not saying I would shoot someone else, but, you know.
That's real ominous.
I'm emotional. And I get angry sometimes, but I wouldn't shoot someone, but I shouldn't have a gun.
Oh my god. I think that's dumb. I think gun control... I'm not saying I think gun control is good, but I think the way people are going about it is kind of dumb. Like, I can see banning assault weaponry, like, because people don't really need assault weaponry, like... But just if you get an assault rifle, just have if the manufacturer is just like disabled automatic fire, then it's not really assault weaponry anymore. And then,
but I don't know. This is getting into the whole gun control territory based off of all of the horrible mass shootings that have happened. And I don't know if... And now we're getting into political things, which I hate politics, but that's just me. I guess the only solution I can come up with is provide care for these mentally unstable, but there's no guarantee that they'll check themselves in to support, and there's no guarantee that someone else will. So, but then there's one side that says ban more weaponry, which will make it harder to get, but then
people will still get it. They'll get it somehow.
It's the problem of whenever you ban something, people will want it more.
Yep, like drugs.
People will
drugs and alcohol, the prohibition.
Yeah, that's how all of these gang things started. And then the other side says more people should have more guns, which I don't see there either.
I don't think more people should have guns. I think responsible people should have guns. I don't think crazy people should have guns.
There's not really a way to regulate that because anybody can fake a sanity test.
Yeah, that's true. They can buy a certificate online.
But I don't know. One of the few arguments regarding this that I agree with from the pro-gun control side is that back when the anti-gun control people will say, well, it's in the Constitution that we can have weapons, but back when they made the Constitution, people had muskets, and those things shot pretty slowly.
Couldn't kill a whole classroom full of kids back in the
terrible.
day. But it's true, sadly. Oh, God. And that is some dumb shit. How people, when kids do school shootings, it's just it's because they play Call of Duty. No, it's not because they play Call of Duty. It's because there's obviously problems in the home or problems in the school with bullying. And it's not... Video games don't make people more violent. And that's just a fact.
I don't know. I'm not gonna... I feel we should back away from this.
We've entered dark, dangerous waters.
I just feel that just pay attention to when you're blaming someone for something, because a lot of arguments from people like the Australian Video Game Board that censor everything, and damn you Australian video games board.
Oh yeah, getting offensive, aren't we?
Yeah, all the people on me. I don't care. All the Australian censorship board members.
Man, those guys suck.
Piss off.
Oh my gosh, he said the P word. That is something else.
Have you listened to yourself this whole time?
I haven't said one swear word this whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well,
I think swearing is funny. That came across wrong. Let me think of a way to rephrase this. I think that swearing is a funny concept.
Verbal expressions of anger, and then they can be used for comedic value. But as I was saying,
not like that. I mean, like you could say the word wieners, and in another time that could be offensive, and now everyone's just throwing around the F word like it's nothing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We become more and more colloquial as time goes on, and that's sort of been going on for decades. But I don't know. I feel that if you're trying to be funny, it's better to use well-structured syntax and lots of adjectives than just obscenity, because that paints a more vivid and disturbing image for the clientele of the joke. For instance, chest hair Spiderman and these things.
Ladies and gentlemen, chest hair Spiderman.
Thanks,
honey boo boo. Thanks, honey boo boo's mom. We really owe you one.
Thanks, America.
Oh my god! Now we're getting back to it. I don't think we should talk about how we hate American society.
Yeah.
That's also dark, dangerous waters.
I don't know. As far as political structures are concerned, I don't really agree with anything at all. Be it or economic structures, because none of them have really worked well that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
democracy is a nice idea, but less than half the country takes part in it, and then
all these political systems lead themselves to corruption because these are all playing with power, and people need to be ruled.
Yeah,
and there's actually no system where there's no
corruption,
political structure, because even anarchy, it's just shifts from whoever has the most votes or the most money to whoever has the biggest gun. which could incidentally be the person with the most money because they can buy the biggest gun.
That's true.
So,
and then eventually you just get a government again.
Yeah.
And an economical system where you're just like, I have gun, you give me the monies.
Maybe in hundreds of years we will unite as a global society and expand our boundaries to space. Which brings me to something I considered, which is this. Here's a hypothetical situation. We colonize Mars. Should we let them create their own government, or should we have them exist under a colonial structure?
I think the first question here is, how do we bring them water without having to space shuttle it all the way there?
It's the future and it's space and we're on Mars.
Oh my god.
Don't ask these questions!
Why don't we just colonize Uranus? That's right. That's right.
And
that's right. We've just brought
because it's a gaseous planet and it's very cold.
Well, fuck.
It's not life sustaining.
You could say the same thing about. Never mind. You can't say the same thing about Pluto.
You can't say the same thing about Pluto because it's also not life sustaining. It's just not gaseous.
Can we? But do we know that Mars is life sustaining?
Yes. Well, it doesn't have oxygen on it.
It's life sustaining, but it.
Hey, Biodome, it could be done. I've been in Biosphere. It's kind of dumb because it's on Earth, but whatever.
I think.
We're getting somewhere.
I watched some movie way back when. It was about an astronaut who was trapped on Mars because he had gone there because there was like a previous mission that never reported back to like NASA or whatever, and so he's there, and then the way he survives is that they had like a greenhouse under a tent, not a solid structure.
Under a tent.
It was under a tent
that maintained his oxygen supply.
Yeah, and apparently this I guess there's CO2 on Mars then because well
I think so.
Oh well, great. Anyways, these plants just kept growing, and so now he had a source of oxygen that he would just like chill out with.
Yeah, there's that too, but that takes a lot. That takes a long time. That also takes reintroducing water and plant life to a planet, which is, I don't know. Anyway, back to my question. Do you think they should get their own provisional government, or should they be under colonial rule?
This is just like that,
because because it's sort of the thing of you don't want to go back to, like, colonial era 1700s of there's revolutions and people are offended and they don't want you messing with their business.
There will be. That's my estimation.
But if you let them rule themselves early on, it'll turn into anarchy because there will be no structure, and then it will result in whoever has the biggest wallet and the biggest gun will take all control of everything.
That'll still be how it is, even if you set up a government in a country that you're not monitoring 24/7. In a colony.
Yeah.
But this strangely reminds me of that one sci-fi game where it's on Mars and then you have superpowers.
I don't think you have. Are you talking about Red Faction?
Yeah, Red Faction.
You don't have superpowers. You have a super hammer, and it's not a good game. Okay, so there's the first ones, and those are FPSs, and I don't play those. And then there's Guerrilla, which is a third-person sandbox, which is decent. And then there's Armageddon, which is a third-person linear shooter, and it's garbage, and it's awful, and never play. It is awful and abysmal and a waste of money. I
do not like linear things.
I do if they're well structured.
Linearity is only good in terms of like a story, but not in terms of the gameplay.
Well, a game like Infamous shows that you can still have a good story and a sandbox. So, but I feel that a linear game is a better mechanism for conveying a story. It's just that it often isn't.
That's true. The Walking Dead was good.
That wasn't necessarily even a linear game. That's sort of a interactive story, and that's about it. It had QTEs, and you could walk around fixed areas.
Yeah, I guess so. I still thought it was good. I want to get it. I want to actually play it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I pretty much found someone on the internet who made all the same decisions I would have because a lot of them are fairly straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
And I get that they're going for, like, tough decisions, and they want, because they show, I know that at the end of each episode they show you who made the same decisions, and it's usually 90%
of people who took the good guy,
and what they really want is it to be like 50-50, so they have a harder time with that.
Yeah, I guess that's hard.
And also,
lesser of two evils.
I never played it, but I know that like there's a mechanic in it where like there's the QTE of conversation, which works in that game because there's stressful conversational moments. But one of the things that I found out is apparently as the decisions got harder and the game progressed, more people chose the silence option, which also makes me want to see a playthrough where no one says anything ever at all. Like, I want to see someone go through the whole story just mute. Everyone's like, "Hey man, what do you think?"
Hey man, what do you think?
What should we do with this hostage, man?
Let me smoke my pot.
Let me go into the corner and think about it.
That's Clementine.
Ask the child. They know they can talk to ghosts.
I think they did a really good job with that. Like, I watched a Let's Play, and then I was like, I think they did a good job of connecting you to Clementine.
I like games with that have well-developed characters are essential in a well-developed narrative. That's why
Bioshock Infinite sucks.
That's why Bioshock Infinite worked, and that's why The Last of Us worked, and that's why story-based games like The Walking Dead work, is because they develop characters and then attach you to them.
Which is good. That's good stuff. Good shit. That's good shit. I haven't played, like, oh gosh. Yeah, Bioshock Infinite and The Last of Us are like the last couple games that I've actually had connections to characters that I felt like are kind of like, you actually care about what happens to these characters. Like,
well, those are the only games I've had with that, with the possible exception of Infamous 2, because Infamous 2 had good characters.
That's true. Like, in Skyrim, I kind of see how they're trying to, like, make some characters, but then I think about it, and I'm like,
no, they're all soulless, mindless voices with faces. That's why in a game like Fallout, which is essentially the same thing, someone's going to get mad. But they should have the giblet glitch, where people are walking bags of organs with no skin, and they can converse with you.
Yeah. Oh my god. But like, I thought about dialogue in Skyrim, and then it's just like the one character that I kind of feel like you kind of progress with as the story goes on was like the Delphine from the Blades or whatever.
I don't remember. I've played it in a while.
Well, yeah. Well, she's like the one who like steals the horn. And then she gives it to you, and she's like, "I'm not a bad guy." And then I thought about the actual conversation, how that would go, and it was just like, "Why do you have the horn?" It's like, "I took it because I needed to see that you were dragonborn." And then he was just like, "What did you want with me?" And then she's just like, "Slay that dragon." And you're like, "Oh
yeah,
shit!"
I like the one thing I like about that game is that your responses are always a sentence, and then they just garbage paragraphs at you.
And then sometimes your what was it? And then your character persona changes completely depending on your mission. Like in the Thieves Guild, it's just like, yeah, I'm about to intimidate the shit out of you. And then when you join the Dark Brotherhood, a lot of your options for conversation are literally just silence, and it's just like.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I guess what they were planning is someone to play the game and only do like one main.
But there's no reason to do only one when they literally introduce you to every single one with every single main city you go to. Yeah, and it's like, damn.
There was some game I was about to talk about, but I can't think of what it is. So,
was it Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls?
Oh yeah, the best game that we got stuck on.
Oh my god, I got stuck on Portal 2.
I didn't.
It was harder than I thought it would be because I'm dumb.
What is it? But there's like a problem in a lot of games in that, like, of character interaction. I find that I don't know, I'm an emotional person and I actually feel bad when I do stuff in games. Like, here's a prime example. When I first got Grand Theft Auto 5 and I got the knife for the first time, I was like, hey, I just got a knife. I'm going to go try this out, and expect it to be like Grand Theft Auto 4. You just go up to some guy and just kind of swing it around. No, I run up to a random stranger, stab him in like the gut, and then he dies, and I'm just standing there awestruck for like a minute like, I just murdered a man for no reason. I feel terrible, and I'm probably the only person that had that happen.
Yeah, like, what is it? It's that thing, what is it called? The Uncanny Valley. Like, yeah, it's like, the more realistic you get, there's like a point where it's just like, almost realistic, but it's not realistic enough, and it looks creepy as shit. and then you like, when it gets realistic enough, you're just like, oh yeah, this is connecting. And then when it gets too realistic, you're like, this is fucking boring.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, people play video games so they can do things they would not do in real life, which is why I don't see the appeal of simulators. Like,
Sims.
I want to feel like I'm a farmer. I bought Farmer Simulator.
Yeah, I think those are. I've seen a farm simulator. I've seen
train simulator.
I've seen like truck driver.
So
simulator.
You can satisfy your lust for trains.
I've seen truck driver simulator.
I feel like most of the people that play those play it out of the ironic sense of I am going to try and find enjoyment in pretending to drive a fake train that does not exist.
Sounds like people who play Minecraft.
Speaking of games that simulate things, Papers, Please, which you actually I don't think I've ever heard
of before.
Basically, it's a video game where you are a guard post at a Eastern European modeled country trying to determine whether or not to let people through and let them into your country or let them go back to the war zone from whence they came. And you have to follow specific orders, and if you do well, then you will get food or you will get money, which you'll be able to spend on food and warmth for your fictional family. And it's sort of just this, and it's intentionally boring. All you are doing is filling out paperwork, but there's this dark sense,
this dark backdrop of I gotta help my family.
Do I help this person who may or may not be innocent, or do I, do I turn them back to go die for the sake of my family? As well as the fact that there are people where if you mess up, you can let terrorists in to the country.
Jesus.
There's a lot in that game. I never played it, but I've seen people play it, and it looks
I feel like that sounds very philosophically interesting.
Yeah. I like games with philosophy, like Bioshock Infinite, which you argued with me before.
Yeah, but what? I'm not entirely sure what you mean when you say there's philosophy in that
game. The thing is, philosophy is a very, very broad thing because it's the essence of everything. It's the meaning behind everything you do. So a game with a lot of themes is a game loaded with philosophy.
I see.
And in that game, there was a multitude of themes from characters and interactions and the setting itself, and a lot of subtleties like signs and posters and individual NPCs going about their routine that had a lot to do with philosophy and
I thought it was kind of communistic. Communistic? No, I don't know if that's the right word. But the guy, what was his face? Oh gosh, I was about to say something, but then I was like, if you haven't played the game, it'd be a plot spoiler. Comstock. How he's just kind of idolized himself and his wife that he kind of killed, I think? Right?
Yes.
Oh god, plot spoiler.
Well, whatever, we warned all nobody.
Yeah, he idolizes himself.
Well, he had her murdered.
That's true. And then he
develops a god complex when he realizes that he can use the multiverse, the quantum physics, to build his city and make himself appear as the prophet.
Yeah,
I can say that because I played it 7 times.
I've played it once and I suck at it. Oh my god, I cannot play shooters to save my life. I don't know how you play through that game. Did you play it on increasing difficulties too?
Nah, normal every time.
Okay, because I played it on easy and I struggled. I struggled really badly.
I played their little horde mode, Clash in the Clouds, which was set on the hardest difficulty, and guess what? That was a stupid DLC, because I still think the combat in the game is good. A lot of people argue that, but its main draw is the narrative, and it had no narrative. It's just shooting, and that's not good. Yeah. But then they came out with Burial at Sea, and that's okay, because that has narrative and plot twists of its own.
I was frigging, just on easy mode, I was dependent as shit on Elizabeth to keep tossing me shit, because I cannot play that game at all. Because I have this mindset of just conserve everything, because that's how I play things, and it's just okay, well, I could shoot this guy a million times, but then I'd run out of ammo, so I just try to shoot him in the face.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that's my clip needs to constantly be full. I'm going to refill every time I shoot my gun. Yeah. And in Assassin's Creed, I go around and just I need to have max ammo at all time. Yeah. I will never need 40 bullets, but I want 40 bullets.
Yeah, and then there's what is it? I was about to say shouts because we were talking about Skyrim. The
Vigors.
Yeah, the Vigors. I barely ever use those.
My first playthrough, I never used them because I was just sort of subconsciously I'm just going to shoot everybody. And then my second playthrough, the game because I didn't turn off notification for some reason, and it kept being like, remember to use your vigors, and I was like, fine, and then I started doing it, and I actually found that it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, because I was like, I kind of stuck to like 1 or 2, because those were the only ones I had enough money to upgrade.
Yeah.
So I used, what was it, like the donkey kick one.
I had, donkey kick. It has a horse.
I used the donkey kicker.
No, but there's like, I actually had a moment in that game where, and this is why I like Elizabeth in the game. Well, this isn't the only reason, but this is what something that contributed to it, in that I bought an upgrade and was satisfied, and then she threw me money, and I had enough money to buy another one, and I was happy.
Does it show it throw you like $5 at a time?
Well, no, sometimes it will just be like, here's a single coin. Just kidding, it's actually $5,000, and it's like,
that's never happened to me. I only got, like, the most I ever got at a time was 15. I was like, wow.
I got up to like 500, but then again, this is me playing it 7 times.
That's true.
So that might have something to do with that.
I don't know, like,
it's my favorite game, and I don't think that's going to change for quite a while unless they put out something utterly genius.
I think that's kind of that's a thing I've been doing since hearing about Bioshock Infinite being really good, like, thematically, and then being in film class, like, here, analyze this a different way. As much as our teacher tries to encourage, we have to just kind of do it on our own.
Let's not get into this.
Yep. Film class sucks, folks, and anyways, I mean, film class is
actually good.
It's the
if
best.
If you're a high school student, and there's a film class offered at your school,
Freaking take it. Easiest A you'll ever have. Anyways, what is it? Like, I've been trying to look for themes in video games and stuff. I found nothing in Skyrim, by the way.
Yeah, there's nothing in Skyrim.
I was like, there's nothing here. All I'm doing is yelling.
There's dragons!
And I'm, like, playing through my playthrough of The Last of Us, my first actual playthrough of The Last of Us. I'm trying to, like, find themes in there, and I was trying to analyze the...
There's actually a lot in that game. They're harder to find.
Yeah. Probably because I've only gotten through like a third of it so far.
Well, one of the reasons I like Bioshock more than The Last of Us is because there are so many themes, and then they range in subtlety. Like, there's clearly the racism theme, which is put right in your face and clear to see, but then there's a lot of other subtle things about, like, human nature and family values and the nature of love and stuff like that. It's harder to find, but if you look for it, it's there. And in The Last of Us, there's a lot of things like the need to have, like, this Kehoxic view of the world and how it should be.
Yeah, like, and I was trying to, like, mostly take a look at the, what was it, like, the very opening sequence where you're, like, running around, and then the daughter dies. Yeah, and then the daughter dies, and I was like, what could that possibly mean?
That sort of sets up later conflicts that you haven't gotten to yet.
Oh, boy.
Play again!
I should. There's a lot of games I want to play now. Like,
I want to get Gone Home because people rave about it.
I want to play that one game that people have also been talking about, that puzzle game, platformer, Brothers, Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah.
I sort of spoiled it for myself and watched a Let's Play despite my better idea of it, but it does look really, really good.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of really good games out there, and it's kind of a shame that...
Too bad there's not a lot coming out.
Yeah, that's true. Until holiday season next year, maybe.
Yeah, well, this is the weird gap in that there's, like, games come out, there's the pre-Christmas chunk of games, and then there's the post-Christmas chunk, and then summer is nothing.
Yeah, because
so
playing we have games you got for your holiday.
Yeah, there's the spring releases, which all I know that I'm actually excited for are Infamous Second Son and Watch Dogs.
Oh, that's right, you got a PS Quattro. Yeah, Watch Dogs looked really good. My cousin showed me in way back in the day when he was over, 2012, like the release trailer.
Yeah, they've been working on that game for a long time, and I hope it comes out good. Like some things.
Because, like, I think it's kind of interesting how they're kind of, like, playing off their, like, Assassin's Creed engine.
There's actually an Easter egg in Assassin's Creed 4 where if you get it's like an audio log, and it says, it references
Black
CTOS.
Flag. Yeah.
Yeah, it references CTOS, which is a thing from Watch Dogs. So, guess what? They're having their universes overlap. Thanks, Montreal, Ubisoft.
Oh, no.
You guys really love towers.
Oh, my gosh.
No, every game that comes out of Montreal, I don't know why, but there's, like, tower climbing, like, all the Assassin's Creed games. Far Cry 3. Watch Dogs has a thing like that. Batman Arkham Origins has a thing like that, and that's from Montreal.
Shit.
Everything from Montreal has tower climbing. I don't know what's wrong with that city, but everyone likes climbing there.
I freaking hate... I would hate it so much if, like, in Watch Dogs, they're just like, yeah, guess what? This whole time you've actually been fighting Abstergo. I'd be like, what the hell? Yeah. Why don't you just make another Assassin's Creed game?
Because the law. I don't know, Assassin's Creed started as a Prince of Persia game.
That's true. But then they were like, Prince of Persia sucks. And then
they were like, people seem to like being able to do things rather than run along just walls all the time. We should capitalize on this, and now they have a tidal wave of games.
Oh my gosh. Assassin's Creed is a good series. I think overall it's a good series.
Overall, they're sort of running things in the ground and need to refresh it. Like, all they've done is they came up with a whole new engine for 3, and then people were like, this game's not that good. And so they made Assassin's Creed 4 and were like, you guys want pirates? Have pirates!
Romanticizing!
Yeah, romanticizing criminals, because that's what we do in this culture. And that's completely true from gangsters, the modern criminals, Western, like, outlaws, pirates, everything romanticized.
Even freaking hood gangsters. Those have been romanticized too.
Yes,
we romanticize them all the time. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, don't even try to deny it.
Boys in the Hood got big.
Boys in the Hood.
I only saw part of that movie, but I think there's actually some thematic value in that. It's not like
the thematic value is living the struggle and how the struggle is real.
Yeah. It had Ice Cube.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. That rapper that most people forgot about, that he's a rapper.
He's desperately clinging on to his career.
His career?
Yeah.
What? He had a career.
Let's see. He started in NWA. That was a big deal. I know about rap a little bit.
Okay.
And then he went independent and made some albums, and then more recently he worked on Call of Duty. What? He's in Black Ops 1.
What?
He plays the black soldier.
There was a black soldier?
He's your friend, and...
Did he die?
Yes.
Of course he did.
That's because it's Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is a racist franchise. But also he did commercials for beer. He did those Coors Light
oh, that's right.
Whatever. He's just like, you think you cooler than me? And then he got frozen because the beer's so cold that he got frozen.
The irony, Ice Cube.
Because he's Ice Cube. And also he's been acting in comedy movies.
What comedy movie could possibly hire a rapper?
A lot.
That's true.
A lot, dude. I like Beverly Hills Most Wanted, which is about a white rapper, and that has a lot of rappers in it that I recognize. There's DJ Felly Fell, which only a select group of people will know who that is.
I don't even know who that is. That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. He does good collaborations, which I don't listen to them anymore because modern rap is not good.
Yeah.
But he was in that. They had Ice Cube, I think. Snoop Dogg played a rat.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, he played a talking rat.
What is this? Is this freaking... What is,
oh gosh! It's a live-action movie, but the rat was animated.
I don't like that. I don't like
it either, but it was funny, and it's a good movie, I think. Well, at least I thought it was a while ago. Not too long ago, but long enough that my taste could have changed a little bit, and now it could suddenly seem stupid. But I thought it was funny.
Well, speaking of things that I thought were funny, we've almost actually gone an hour.
Yep.
I think we did good work.
Yep, thanks, Internet.
Thank you for listening, audience. That was episode 1. If you want to continue following this show, keep listening.
Follow us on SoundCloud. Yeah, thanks,
Internet.